Hey, it's Grace, and time for a quick update while we eat some snacks. I have a bubblegum slush puppy. You put it in the freezer and then it's a slushy, but like don't leave it in there too long. It's really hard. I just ran the top part under the water so I could try it. Oh, snacks. Sorry. Subway meatball sub chips. They sound good. So we need a lawyer. Of course we need a lawyer. I was hoping we could do this without freaking lawyers. But to sell a property, you need a lawyer. We had to wait for a proper death certificate, so I finally have one of those. So I can start doing some things. So, lawyer next week. I'm not being careless about this stuff. I'm keeping all of my mum's stuff. Like, apart from some furniture. Like, she's gotten rid of most of the stuff. Stuff like fridge, gonna sell. No sentimental value. But the house, it has zero sentimental value to me. My mum lived in it for a couple of years. We've both been really sick. I couldn't visit her as much as I wanted to. I talked to her a lot. But the house, I have absolutely no worries just emptying it out and selling it. But lawyers, I guess we'll find out all about what I need to do that and how much it's going to cost. Again, I know we're selling a house, so we get money back in the end. But finding money, like, I have to start selling stuff like the fridge, and like it just needs to happen. I don't know what else. Like, I've just gotta hurry up and clear it out, basically. I really don't want to have to paint. I really don't want to have to do anything to it. Like, if I spend money on this, which I don't have, painting might be the only thing I can really do. But like, my mum was like having work done to it and doing stuff herself, like what she could, and so half the kitchen's like it was only cabinets, so there's still like the stove and the sink and a few cabinets, but it's basically like half a kitchen, which makes the dining room look bigger. That's a plus. And the bathroom's like original, so like I think these were built maybe 40 years ago. I'm gonna say like at least. So, you know, the bathroom needs renovating. The outside needs painting. I don't want to do any of that. So, okay, if you ever come across a situation, apparently, if you would like to sell a deceased estate, you need a lawyer to do something called a grant of probate. A whole bunch of lawyery stuff, whole bunches of expensive, as far as I know, and I'll tell you when I know more, but like $5,000, could be wrong, which is a lot of money to find out of nowhere. But if I can't find that, I can't sell the house. What am I going to do with a house? I already have a house. That's the best case freaking scenario of anybody. Like, I can't complain. But yeah, I guess I'm frustrated. I haven't even had a chance to grieve. I'm sorting out all this nonsense and I just want to sit and cry. Sorry, bubblegum slush puppy instead of crying. Tastes off, oh my god. It starts off tasting like just tropical, and then you get a hint of like the synthetic bubblegum. Now it's back to just like tropical, maybe hint of berry, like very small hint of bubblegum. Not the worst, and like most of the flavour might be frozen in the bottom maybe. I'll have to try it later, see if it changes, but that top part seems like pretty melty. Look, it's not the worst bubblegum thing I've tried, but it's not the best. It's still delicious, but in terms of like actual, you know, bubblegumness, it's only about a 4. Could be better, but still good. So, what was I talking about? Money, lawyers. Okay, so I know I've lost my mum, but it doesn't feel real yet. We haven't had the funeral. We haven't been able to have a funeral. She has been cremated, and apparently we have to wait because I didn't do like the whole church service thing. We just have to wait for the plaque to be made, which is what I thought. But then my partner was like, well, what happens if like they put a temporary one on and like we could do it sooner? I'm like, oh, is that how it works? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, we actually better find out. So yeah, I have to wait another 6 weeks to have a funeral. It just feels like everything's sort of on hold until I can do anything else. Her dog, still an amazing home. He's so happy. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for his new family. It's such a personal relief of mine, but I know that this is better than I could have ever hoped for a 12-year-old dog with Cushing's. Like, it's truly amazing. I'm very grateful, but I'm still having that dilemma. So the cats are still in boarding. They are safe, they are happy. I get pictures all the time. I call up a couple of times a week, just go, hey, any worries? And she tells me, you know, if anything's been going on, but generally it's just, no, I've been having lots of pats, and or they're not talking to me as much yet, and then it's been progressing on to, yeah, they're talking to me, which is really good, which means they're pretty comfy. They're eating. One of them's a little bit chubby, so she has been on a little bit of a diet, and that seems to be working. That will make her healthier, which is good. But other than that, they're healthy. They're sort of settled in where they are, so they're getting better emotionally, which is good. But I still have so much guilt. I'm not allowed to have that many cats. Mochi's coming. She's been born. We've been told she exists, and we get to pick her up in a couple of weeks. Like, oh, it's just such a moral freaking dilemma. I wish I could have, if I could have all the cats, I would. I can't have all of them, and those, like, mum's 2 cats need to be together. Like, I can't have 3 cats. You're not allowed around here. You're allowed 2. So, separating them is heartbreaking. I couldn't do that either. Like, what am I supposed to do without sacrificing something that I have wanted for, well, the last year? Nearly. That's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that another day, but like, Mochi needs to come home. This is Mochi's home before she was conceived. Like, she needs to come home. There's nothing else that's going to help our family. It's a long story. My partner and I talk about it all the time, but this is what our hearts need. We have to do it. I can't, yeah, no, it's just the way it has to be. Very hard for me to deal with. But hopefully everything will turn out okay. I just have to be grateful that I can keep them somewhere safe. They're doing alright. I think I've just been talking about the same stuff as last video, right? Well, it's all still about the same. I will try a couple of chips. I guess they kind of smell like pasta sauce. Chicken stock and pasta sauce, but like in a really good way. They did pretty well on that. I'm actually really shocked. I've been trying to sort out bills as well. That has been a freaking nightmare. I might tell you about that whenever I can film again next. I've been busy, obviously. Yeah. My mum was using a non-legal name in a couple of instances, and it's getting confusing on that front too. Anyway, another story for another day. I'll see you soon, and yes, you should buy those chips and those slushy things. Cool. Okay, bye.